If Britain were to pull out of the EU, there would be economic consequences. Nobody can tell for sure precisely what they would be. But I suspect they're much exaggerated, particularly by big business, which is constantly warning about the dangers of sleepwalking into an exit. I mean, big business has a vested interest in big markets. They don't like small countries. They tend to like lots of rules and regulations, actually, because these are a significant barrier to entry and buttress their own market positions. So I wouldn't take what they're saying too seriously. I would identify the biggest risk as just a general loss of influence, Britain becoming increasingly irrelevant as an international force. Now, you may say that doesn't matter, but there are dangers in marginalisation, and it is possible that with a behemoth like the European Union, the Eurozone, as it will become, right on your doorstep, that Britain could end up quite severely disadvantaged. So, to my mind, it makes sense to stay in, and under renegotiated terms, that's for sure, because there's a lot wrong with the European Union. It needs root and branch reform. But a liberal voice like Britain, a free trade voice like Britain, we are the people to try and push through such reforms and get other countries on side in that process. Cameron's political position in all this is really very, very difficult. I mean, obviously, he doesn't want to be seen as the Prime Minister who took Britain out of Europe, and then everything goes horribly wrong, and at some stage down the line, Britain has to rejoin the European Union under its terms rather than ours. That would be a disastrous legacy to have. So he's very worried about the political consequences of having an immediate referendum, given that the mood in Britain at the moment is so Europhobic. It's not entirely sure that you could win a referendum at the moment for staying in. So that's the political difficulty he is in. I mean, he's said that he's in favour of Britain remaining within the European Union, but on slightly better terms. That's a perfectly legitimate and rational point of view to hold. The problem is that many European countries are saying, oh, well, we're not prepared to negotiate a different position, that this is a slippery slope, it's the thin end of the wedge. If we start giving special favours to Britain, everybody will want their own individual negotiations to take place, and the whole thing will break up, so we're not prepared to yield. So it's a very difficult and awkward path he's treading.